was really neat to see them all there together when Rebecca was so cute after we were getting ready for dinner. It was dinner reservations. We went over to
Beautiful day for a wedding.
Save my seat.
Here he comes. The groom and his mom.
In this union, the sacred work of creation goes on. God joining man and woman. God planting the divine likeness within them. Man and woman created in the divine image. Male and female, God created them. Who made the union, Andrew and Barbara, animate the divine in each of them. Each help the other grow in God's likeness. Free will and consent. Make Barbara to be your wife. Promise to love her, to honor, to cherish her throughout your life. So, answer yes. Barbara, you of your own free will and consent take Andrew to be your husband. Promise to love, to honor, to cherish her throughout your life. If so, answer yes. הרי את מקודשת לי בטבעת זו דת משה בישראל. Behold, thou art consecrated unto me as my wife with this ring, in accordance with the laws of Moses and Now, Barbara, would you place this ring on Andrew's finger as open wedlock? Repeat after me, dear. הרי אתה מקודש לי בטבעת זו דת משה בישראל. Behold, thou art consecrated unto me as my husband in accordance with Jewish practice. Andrew and Barbara. They had great joy. They went, you pledge yourselves to each other as husband and wife. Both you, Barbara, this place has special meaning because only that you spend your childhood here growing up years. I'm sure that both of you stand there mindful of the great debt you owe to your parents. Whenever they stand to your father, word nurtures you, helps you to become loving and caring human beings. Marriage in Judaism is more than a legal contract. It's a sacred relationship, the holy covenant. From the word kinship, the people were from marriage. We learned that it is a plural form of kiddush. It tells us that marriage is the holiest of all human relationships. Something that Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, the Torah you see from Shir HaShirim, will not be read the words as the beloved said, set me as a seal upon your palm, as a seal. Love is strong as death. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the flood dry. Set me as a seal upon your palm. First, by ensuring that the marriage that you are entering into now will long endure all of the trials and tribulations of everyday life. That you, by your faith in God, as it says in the Talmud, it is not possible for husband and wife long to endure without their being aware of the special performance. Set me as a seal upon the now. By taking the Kiddush and Kiddushin seriously, on Shabbat we make Kiddush. We're doing that beyond the words that we say. We're really saying to our spouse, to ourselves, during the past week, we may have suffered something so that word also means to like. That it's not enough just to love each other, but husband and wife must make each other. Because when a husband and wife like each other, God smiles upon them. And in that smile of blessings, two awesome beings begin to smile. Now, your marriage is taking place during the week that the festival of Hanukkah begins. Friday night, the first night. And there was a difference of opinion between Hillel and Shammai, two great rabbinic scholars of Yeshua. With respect to the lighting of the menorah, Hillel said that in the first we light one candle, increasing by one each night until on the eighth night we light 8. We do this in order to show that we must increase in matters of holiness, which would deduce that husband and wife must increase their love. Shammai, on the other hand, focused on the reverse. He said, on the first night of Hanukkah, we light 8, decreasing by 1 each night until the last we light only 1. And this, he said, to do as it reflects what often happens in life. In the beginning, at the outset of the marriage, the lights burn brightly. They're all aglow. Then time goes by and the years pass, and sometimes those beautiful lights diminish. But it never comes to that, and I mention this as an insurance policy. That never happens, it never comes to it, but when it does sometimes, then we must think back and realize that from that one flickering light, there still can be kindled a renewed light, beautiful light, spread its radiance fully the family. So I commend you, Robert, and both the majority opinion of Hillel and the minority opinion of Shammai. That's why in the Talmud, it's not a matter just of either or, but both. So, there you stand. Setting out on what is really a marvelous journey in life. Establishing a home where you build a sanctuary. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, who causes bride and groom to rejoice. These loving companions rejoice as their blood creatures, as the days of the night. Ruka tada mile animal for all my share but also so the same. Atanda fala, ila rina tista paketa, babia fala. Alone very good. Roar and Elohim Shemabia, Reyabuda, Shotsu Shemayim. Kol Sasam, Kol Sinfa, Kol Katanda, Kol Kala, Kol Mitzalo Katanin, Katan, Rim and Shtadi, Rukatavana, Samea Katan, Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, creator of joy and gladness, light and gloom, love and peace, peace and friendship. God, may there always be heard in the cities of Israel and in the streets of Jerusalem sounds of joy and of happiness, the voice of the groom and the voice of the bride, the shouts of young people celebrating, the songs of children playing. We praise you, our God, who causes the bride and groom to rejoice. Our sermon will be concluded in a few moments with the breaking of the glass. But before we do that, we have a reading from the Ketubah. The Ketubah is a document which, from times old, was given by husband to wife during a period when women had few rights. And in this amazing document, and in the commentaries you find in the rabbinic literature, you find that the rights that were accorded by this document and the transferring documents accorded a woman rights greater in some respects than those in many so-called advanced cultures. For example, Judaism, I think, has mentioned that sex is a woman's right and a man's obligation. Barbara and Andrew have chosen a contemporary gender-sensitive picture in which both husband and wife have equal rights. So now we would like to share some of the substance of the picture with you people.
This Ketubah symbolizes our commitment to each other as beloveds. When shall measure respect each other with honor and integrity. May our love provide us with determination of ourselves and the courage to pursue our chosen paths. With the ceremony, we affirm our intent to provide for each other affections and purposes to all of the world. May our lives be rich and clever into one and secret. Also in Christ is established a home in the community of Israel, in the midst of creation, all-inclusive society, a loving environment of community and neighbors, respect for all people, and with love and harmony, forgiveness, generosity, comfort, and compassion. We joyfully enter into this covenant, solemnly accept its obligations, and hold this as valid.
Another ancient custom about this breaking the glass by the groom at the conclusion of the marriage ceremony. Now, this has been done according to the usual interpretation to remind us that even at a time of great joy we experience here, there still is much pain and suffering that they endure. And there is much to be done to help actually put the pieces together. The symbolism is not only in the breaking of the glass, but also seeing the broken glass, seeing what's broken out there, as it says in the concluding prayer for all the services, the elect, he no longer offers a gun, he must participate even in whatever small way he can. Tear the roof and the key. Surround, harass, all share in the silent prayer, Martha, and expression. You know, the drivers remember. We can look less than that. Yeah, there might want to be left. But what cause his presence should shine upon you and brings you. Sort of like to sing. His presence.
Oh, sorry. So how are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic.
We're good.
And you?
Pretty good. Everyone's having a wonderful time.
That's good. That's what we hoped for.
Well, as long as you two are having the happiest time.
I think so. We're very relieved.
Excellent.
Here at the same table.
Everybody, most of you you know me, of course. I'm Scott Rosen. I'm the best man. I'm Andy's brother-in-law, married to his beautiful sister, Karen.
Hey!
Our two beautiful girls, Olivia and Karen. Olivia and Natalie.
That's worth
both in the
100.
corner. Karen Jr. I want to thank Andy and Barbara so much for letting me be a special part today. Barbara and Andy, of course. I was going to wait for Andy to get emotional. Barbara and Andy, of course, are very special to me. I thought it was wonderful that we had great weather today. We had such perfect weather. I was afraid it was going to be freezing cold. It was great weather, especially considering the fact that my mother-in-law Adele was here. Because as many of you know, natural disasters tend to follow Adele. Minor earthquake in Turkey, a little hurricane. Every time she comes to visit us, there's a hurricane coming in. No, perfect weather. Everything was great. Everything was beautiful. I, of course, have the distinct privilege of having known Barbara and Andy separately longer than anyone else here in this room. I mean, some of you, of course, have known Barbara and Andy all their lives. They were babies. But I knew Barbara and Andy separately longer than anyone else. You know, actually, I remember I met Barbara, as many of you know too, Barbara and Andy met at our wedding. Karen and I, our wedding, sometime in April. I mean, April 24th, 1999. April 24th, 1999, they met at our wedding. And I remember when I met Barbara, it was back in early 95, I think. Barbara from Sanford. I remember Sanford brought her to a Jewish mixer, Sanford over here in the corner, brought her to a Jewish mixer in Tampa. And it was a Friends night. It was some apartment complex. They had Friends, the TV show. The Seinfeld? Friends and Seinfeld. That's right. That's right. Friends and Seinfeld. Watch Friends and make new friends. I remember that. That was great. And I remember Barbara, there was some guy talking to Barbara. He was kind of leaning on the wall a little bit. And she was kind of trapped in the corner. And any of you that know Barbara know this look. She's nodding and she's smiling. But she's like, someone please help me. Sanford came over to introduce me to Barbara, and I was excited to meet Barbara. And like myself, a new attorney, just recently passed the bar, practicing law. I was talking to her about bankruptcy law, which I love to talk about, and she was telling me her father, of course, was a bankruptcy attorney, and I just thought that was the greatest thing. I had a brand new friend, and it was great. And I remember Barbara gave me a card, a business card, and she had this little, tiny little card holder, that little card holder, like a little briefcase, little suitcase. But I remember that, and that's just, it's so Barbara. Because she's so professional, and so organized, and perfect. And I remember that. That was the first impression Barbara made on me. And Andy, of course, that's a totally different story. Now, Andy, of course, I was going out with Karen. Karen had two beautiful little girls. I was making a big move. I was going up to New Jersey to meet the family. And so I'm no fool. I went to Natalie. I said, Natalie, who's this Uncle Andy guy? Tell me about him. All she would say is, Uncle Andy. Oh, he's funny. He's funny. So I said, okay, you're no help. So Olivia, tell me about Uncle Andy. She's like, oh, yeah, he's funny. Like, how is he funny? How is he funny? Oh, he's just funny. I didn't know they were funny looking, but still. I'm kidding. I went to New Jersey, and I met Andy, and it was great. And immediately I knew exactly what the girls meant. Uncle Andy, his sense of humor is unparalleled. No one's as funny as Uncle Andy. Anyone who knows Andy knows to know Andy is to love Andy. He's like a brother to me. I remember the first times I met Andy, what I was stricken with the most was that no one that I've ever met in my entire life can burp longer. I'm not even getting into the farting on the band like that. But I learned very quickly what the girls why the girls love her Uncle Andy so much. He's such a wonderful fellow. And lost my train of thought. Andy, of course, just the showing of his friends here today. Everybody knows. It's a reflection of you, Andy, the friends that you have. It's amazing. You're such great, loyal friends. And you know everybody loves you. Andy, as soon as I went to New Jersey, of course, Karen's trying to impress me a little bit. Get the photo albums out, showing me pictures. Andy's no fool. He says, hey, you got to see the pictures Karen took out of the photo albums years ago that nobody's seen. She destroyed them. You know, those awkward teenage years. No, but Andy's always been like a great brother to me. And and Barbara, I remember several occasions. Barbara would always say to me, especially after we go to these Jewish mixers with singles, some singles events, some are just mixers, professional meetings. We go and Barbara's like, please, you must know someone you can introduce me to. Someone who's nice and smart and professional, you know, no criminal record, no. And I used to say, you know, I said, if I didn't love you, I'd do plenty of guys I know. But there's no one worthy of Barbara. And of course, I think we did pretty good, though. I think we did pretty good. Pretty good. And my wife, my beautiful wife, of course, she thought early on, oh, Andy and Barbara, that would work. Like, what are you talking about? Barbara's in Sarasota, Andy's in Manhattan. And she tried to get them together a few times, but the timing was never right. So then, of course, I remember when I was doing planning for a wedding, I was doing the tables, matching the name. Okay, well, Karen was doing the tables, matching the tables. She was going to sit at the tables. And she sat there, and she got all giddy. She's like, Andy and Barbara. She's right. Andy and Barbara at the same table. She was all excited. And she saw it early on. It would have been nice, of course, if Andy actually spoke to Barbara at the wedding. That would have been nice. The tablecloths off, you're vacuuming. You know, Andy's like, oh, I'm Andrew, by the way. We're out in Manhattan. You know, did you call? And then, of course, they started dating, doing a long-distance thing, which isn't easy. But my girls, they knew right away that Andy and Barbara were meant to be. They knew right away. They used to call her Aunt Barbara. They were dating just for a few weeks. And Aunt Barbara. And of course, that's a little, you know, don't call me Barbara Aunt Barbara just yet. They get Andy on the phone and go, Aunt Barbara. They come to see Aunt Barbara. And they knew early on that it was meant to be. And I remember Liz. Where's Liz? You over there? Whereas Liz had a Halloween party. I remember this Halloween party. And everybody's looking. Everybody, oh, there's Liz. It was a Halloween party. Remember, everybody's like, who's this guy that Barbara's with? Who's this guy? I remember saying, oh, don't worry, we had him imported from New Jersey. He's okay. He's okay. And I remember, I'm thinking, how's this going to work? He's in Manhattan, and she's in Sarasota. I mean, he's Phantom of the Opera, and she's this little cowgirl.
Just got arrested with guns.
That's right. No, but I always knew it was meant to be. I knew it was perfect. And Barbara did it. She made the big move up to New York City, up to Manhattan, which had been a big move for her. She moved in this teeny tiny apartment. No, it's not that big.
Yes, it is.
It's not that big.
And I know it's been tough. They put up with a lot. Studying, taking the Florida bar is enough. I can't even imagine taking the New York bar exam. And if you ever want to move to California, that's the third hardest of the three top hardest bar exams. You ever move there? I don't know how you did it. It's fantastic. Went through a lot. The 9/11, first day of work, that had to have been something else. I can only imagine you walking back miles to your apartment thinking, what am I doing here? But of course, Andy's worth it. He's real worth it. You know he's worth it. And it's great. And today's the day, of course, you'll remember for the rest of your life. You started off today as just two people in love. Now you're husband and wife. I'm so thrilled.
I think I want to marry him myself.
Please join me in a quick toast. Thanks, Mom.
I love them all.
Everyone, please raise your glasses. Join me in a quick toast. Where did I put mine? Oh.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, you can stay. You can stay.
Stay? Okay.
To love, laughter, and happiness ever after.
Cheers.
One more thing. Now, I practice this. As you slide down the great banister of life, may the splinters always point the wrong way.
That hurt. First off, I would just like to thank Scott for that wonderful toast. I would also like to thank Rabbi Hoffman for officiating at the ceremony this morning. It's beautiful. It was just a better ceremony than Barbara or I could have ever imagined. I would also like to thank the Noors for so warmly and graciously accepting me into their family. I'm honored. And I would like to make a toast to Barbara, my beautiful wife, whom I love very much. I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you.
Yay.
We thought everyone might want dessert, so.
Yeah, so I gotta get this. Fortunately, I got my hand on the
The knife. Dude, look at you in the cage.
There's a road. That's all the road. Someone was coming the other direction. They got all
Should we both cut?
Go ahead.
I'm going to have a strip of light.
Fingers are good. Want to do it together or individually?
You still didn't get this, I want a hug.
Now the kiss. Thank you.
Really good.
You may take the plate with you.
Stuff there.